is meeting today at 10:30 instead of 8:30 for inclement weather. As per notice in the New York News Times on January 4th, 2024, we would like to stand and do the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, we have County Commissioner District 1, Daniel Groats.
Present.
County Commissioner District 2 is vacant. County Commissioner District 3, Stan Bear.
Here.
County Commissioner District 4, Randy Obermeyer.
Here.
And County Commissioner District 5, Jack Sykes.
Present.
The agenda of the meeting was posted on the bulletin board in the county clerk's office, and a copy of the agenda was made available to all the commissioners. The open meeting law is posted outside the door and along with a copy in the back of the room and on the county website. And then the proof of publication is in the paper of January 4th, as I said earlier. First order of business, we need to elect a temporary chairman at this time.
Madam Clerk, I'd like to nominate Daniel Groats as temporary chairman. I would also like to add that nominations cease and we cast a unanimous vote for Chairman Groats.
Second.
Temporary Chairman Groats, sorry.
Second.
So I'll do a roll call.
I'll just have to do roll call.
I think
Okay.
so, to make it final.
Okay. Obermeyer,
Yes.
Sykes,
Yes.
Bear,
Yes.
Groats.
Abstain.
And then the next we have to nominate, I think this is Daniel's
takes
job.
over.
Ah.
There you go.
So in next order of business, we will accept nominations for chairman of the York County Board of Commissioners.
I nominate Randy Obermeyer.
Second.
Do I hear any other nominations, or do we close the nominations?
Move to close the nominations.
Second.
Very good. So we will vote on closing the nominations. Roll call, please.
Sykes,
Yes.
Bear,
Yes.
Groats,
Yes.
and Obermeyer.
Abstain.
And we'll vote on electing a unanimous, or casting a unanimous ballot for Commissioner Obermeyer for chairman for the board for 2024. Roll call, please.
Sykes,
Yes.
Bear,
Yes.
Groats,
Yes.
and Obermeyer.
Abstain. Thank you.
Now you get it.
It just passed. Okay, next up, we need to elect a vice chair for Board of Commissioners for 2024. Any nominations?
I nominate Daniel Groats.
Thank you.
Second.
Thank you. It's been moved and seconded to nominate Daniel Groats. Is there any other discussion? Roll call.
Bear,
Yes.
Sykes,
Yes.
Groats,
Abstain?
and Obermeyer.
Yes. Welcome aboard again, Daniel. Elect chairman for the Board of Equalization for 2024.
I would make a nomination, and I would include that it be a unanimous ballot, and we close nominations for Chairman Obermeyer for the Board of Equalization.
Second.
Okay. Any other discussion? Let's do a roll call with that too.
Groats,
Yes.
Bear,
Yes.
Sykes,
Yes.
and Obermeyer.
Yes, or abstain, I'm sorry on that one.
Mhm.
Elect vice chair of the Board of Equalization. I think as many times we do this, we do it right.
I nominate Daniel Groats.
Thank you.
Second.
Thank you. Daniel's been nominated as the vice chair. Is there any other discussion? Roll call, please.
Bear,
Yes.
Sykes,
Yes.
Obermeyer,
Yes,
and Groats.
Abstain.
there we go. We are done with the formalities. Don't look like anything's changed. Unfortunately, a year ago at this time, there was 4 members present for this also, because Woody had not been appointed yet at that time, so unfortunately, we've had 2 years now of 4 people. So, on to the next, review and approve the minutes of the December 26th Board of Commissioner meeting. Everybody should have had those.
So moved.
Thank you.
Second.
Thank you. Any other discussion? Roll call?
Sykes,
Yes.
Rhodes,
Yes.
Bear,
Yes.
and Overmeyer.
Yes. Okay, adopt today's agenda.
I move to adopt today's agenda.
Second.
Thank you, guys. Any other discussion? Roll call?
Bear,
Yes.
Sykes,
Yes.
Rhodes,
Yes.
and Overmeyer.
Yes. Okay, officials. Got a couple of them here. Do they want to talk?
Mhm.
Good morning again.
Again, yes. Wanted to give an update. We have been using Everbridge as a monthly system test and a few internal messages as of late. I did just send an article to the York News Times to get that published. We are still fielding about 200 calls every time I do a monthly test. So hoping that will help, again, reinforce with our community that we are using this new emergency notification system to put out broadcast information. It's going to be used in emergencies only. However, we have to test its proficiency on a monthly basis. So putting out that article to York News Times, I did set up a date and time with Lori to co-present to the senior center with our community as well. So hoping just to pass the word around again. I did not step in December, but wanted to let you guys know we are on the EZNet now for our 911 phone system. So all of our 911 calls are now being routed by IP instead of copper wire. However, it still takes legacy calls. So if we do get a copper wire call for any reason, our new system will still accept those and route them to York 911 to take those calls. So calls are being routed faster, they're being routed more efficiently and correctly. So far, we really haven't had any hiccups that I'm aware of. We've had some minor instances that those have been corrected, so. Outside of that, do you guys have any questions for me about 911?
We used our Everbridge notification system today.
Yes.
Obviously, we let our employees know about the change. And do we also have one that we send out to the public as well to say the courthouse will not be open?
I did not do that today.
I didn't
just
ask
sent
you
it
to
the
either, but
employees,
I'm just-
We can.
So we could do different ones.
Yes.
Okay, all right.
Yep, we sure can.
I just wasn't thinking this clear maybe.
I
At
wasn't
6
either
o'clock
at
in the
6
morning.
o'clock.
Well, I know
I
you.
wasn't either. Which
So-
is why I put out 2 of them, so if they didn't catch it the first time, hopefully the
Okay, they
second
got
time
it
they got
again.
it.
Perfect,
Yeah,
all right.
yeah.
I acknowledge both of them.
Thank you, I appreciate that.
I think we talked a little bit about the Everbridge at our 911 meeting. And then the notifications to people that if they want, there is instructions on our website if they want to opt out of that notification system.
Yes,
Also,
we did make it clear to Everbridge, so they're using a third-party vendor to get our resident connection contacts, landline, VoIP, cell phones. Some of it is old information, and we have fielded a few complaints on that. Even when I searched my name on there, they had an old cell phone number that I had 15 years ago. So we did send that to Everbridge, and they're aware that their third-party vendor has some old information on it, and they're trying to fix that.
Okay.
We're not
Good.
the only complaint that they've received about that third-party company having old information on it, so.
okay, any other questions?
I was just gonna, one quick question. So you mentioned that copper line 911 calls would still come in. Would that be like a legacy landline that's still in an
Yes.
older home that has the old regular
Yep.
plug-in landline?
Absolutely, yep, so it'll still be able to take those calls. The system internally recognizes that's a legacy call and it has to route it in a legacy format, and we will still
I
get
see,
those calls.
sure.
Yep,
Perfect.
good question. Any others for me?
Hopefully looking for a quieter day today.
We don't say the keyword, maybe.
We don't? Does that jinx it?
No. I'll tell Mindy and Jordan you said it, it
All
wasn't.
right, I did say it.
Thank you.
Still looking for it. Thank you. Gary, or Okay, come on up.
Good morning. Nathan Hines, County Zoning Administrator. Just wanted to let the board know we do have an official date set for, I believe it should be the last zoning board meeting for the solar regulations on January 25th at 6 p.m. at the Holtis Convention Center. It'll be ballroom E, I believe it was. My understanding is the board will finally give a vote on recommendation to this board, and then the solar regulations will come to this board. The regulations should go public on the zoning webpage on the York County website, hopefully by about Thursday of this week. So that way I figured I'd save a bunch of paper to put on the website. I just want to let you guys know.
Finally got them all wrangled together in one night, huh?
Yeah, hopefully. That was the plan. Took
It's tough.
multiple times, but
Yes.
we got it, so.
Well, when you have younger guys that are busy, it's hard to get the schedules to match, especially with 5.
Yeah.
Okay,
All right.
thank you.
Thank you.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
It snowed. They're plowing snow. It's blowing in behind them, they're plowing again. It's what you do this time of year. Other than that, the yard back there, they have done nothing more with the fencing since the last time I talked to Dan. The new grader did come in about a week after the NACO convention. I forgot to tell you guys, 2 weeks ago, it was sitting in the shed. The guy running up plowing snow is loving it. He says it's doing awesome. So just called me before I came down here. Other than that, I don't have a whole heck of a lot going on, other than just busy work. So,
So seeing as how he's loving it, we probably ought to pay for it today.
well, that's your option. They're gonna have to come pry it out of his hands.
Good. Just a reminder, Harv, again, what's the count on the machines for us? We traded one in on this
Right.
one,
We still have 14 motor graders,
14.
is what we have.
and they're all out.
They are all out, and when I left the shop, they were all running.
Good. Well, this
No
time,
guarantees
I
after
know.
that. So, it's what it is, so.
Okay. Sounds good.
All right,
Thanks, Harv.
you bet.
Gary, did you have anything today? Just sitting in? Okay. Okay, there is no executive, or any public forum needed today, I don't think. No executive session needed, general assistance cases, vendor and payroll. Did everybody have an opportunity to take a look at that? It looked pretty much straightforward, as you've seen. The motor grader was in there out of inheritance as we planned. Everything else looked normal. Unless you caught something I didn't.
No,
Motion to approve.
second?
Thank you, gentlemen. Any other discussion? Roll call, please.
Sykes,
Yes.
Rhodes,
Yes.
Bear,
Yes.
and Bowman.
Yes. No funding transfers needed. Discuss and act on adopting a resolution for the 2024 911 surcharge.
I didn't get a hold of Leela. Did that change or anything?
I say keeping it the same is okay. I do have a question though. The first time in 5 years that I've been taking these checks, I have received a few half-dollar amount checks. And I don't know how I need to get a hold of those vendors and let them know that we're at $1 surcharge, or how does that work?
Yeah, I would assume, yes.
I can just
Probably.
send them a letter with our resolution saying that we're at $1?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, then I'll do that one. That's.
Is it same, has it been the same ones or?
There's one new vendor, so I'm sure it's just that vendor doesn't know that our surcharge is at $1, but then we have an established vendor that's been sending me whole dollar amounts that all of a sudden sent me a 50-cent check. So I don't
Okay.
understand why that's.
Well, maybe it'd be a good idea after today's meeting that we just send it out to the vendors that we have listed and say, this was set in this meeting and this is what it is.
Okay,
And we can just send it to
To
them
all,
all. Maybe that'd
yeah.
be,
yeah, as I start getting the next quarter checks, I will send them because I don't have all of their addresses.
Okay.
Remittance. Okay, thank you.
Make a motion to adopt a resolution for the 2024 911 surcharge,
Setting it at a dollar.
setting it at the dollar.
Second.
Thank you. Any other discussion? Roll call, please.
Rhodes,
Yes.
Sykes,
Yes.
Bear,
Yes.
Overmeyer.
Yes. Next one is discuss an act on authorizing chairman to sign emergency declaration and closing of the courthouse. This is something that obviously we've done the last few years, authorizing that responsibility to the chairman to change to whatever. I guess we don't necessarily put a date on it. There was some talk this last week that it was, all right, I brought it up, that it was just for the 2024, but maybe the language should stay until we reorganize again. You know,
right.
to allow that till we reorganize again, because there's a little bit of a
Yep,
gray area.
right.
I think it's been going well.
I would agree.
I enjoy my 5:30 in the morning talks with Harvey and stuff like that.
I would make a motion that we authorize the chairman to sign emergency declarations and closing of the courthouse for the, or until the board reorganizes.
Okay, thank you.
Second.
Thank you. Any other discussion? Roll call, please.
Rhodes,
Yes.
Sykes,
Yes.
Bear,
Yes.
Overmeyer.
Yes. Okay, it is not 9. It's a little after 9. I know you are. And you texted me awful early this morning too, which was fine. Laura?
Okay.
I see you brought somebody, so
Yes,
just
I did.
names and address, please, if you
All right.
would.
Laura McDougal, 5 Country Club Terrace here in New York. And I brought along with me, and I'll let you introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Catherine Seiferlein, and you want my address? 1524 Meadow Lane here in Newark.
So thank you for responding to my text this morning. I was trying to decide how to let my staff, how to get everyone in this morning as well. So first I wanted to give an update. I like to go to the different county boards in our district and just let you know our most recent, every year, the updates on what we're doing, so that you can be in the know, and when you hear things, you can speak to our programs and things. And I brought Catherine along with me. I first wanted to talk about, we have a new program that's just now starting. We've been actually working on this program, getting it going for about a year. We learned last year that our 4 counties in our district were all prioritized to begin a home visitation program for prenatal and new moms. It's for early childhood, and the maternal child health measures, the data coming out of our 4 counties showed that we needed some work. So when I found that out, I contacted the state. They were looking for an anchor organization to start this Healthy Families America program. And so we've been doing focus groups and assessments and getting all the partners together in order to determine that Four Corners would be suitable as an anchor organization. And now we're ready to go. We've done some hiring and training, and I'm going to let Catherine talk. Catherine's a manager of our program, and I'd like to let her talk a little bit, just to introduce the program to you so you know about it.
So the name of our program, our site is Healthy Families Nebraska, Four Corners. We're affiliated with Healthy Families America, which has been around for about 30 years. It's very much data-driven with great outcomes. I just gave you a handout. It talks about some of those outcomes. It is, Healthy Families America is part of Prevent Child Abuse America. So the initial goal with developing Healthy Families America as a home visitation program was to reduce child abuse and maltreatment. And that has certainly proven to be effective in that. But a lot of other great outcomes have come to light as well. So it has increased maternal health increased the number of prenatal visits moms are getting, newborns and children, increase the number of well baby checks that they're getting, because that visitation with someone on a regular basis is helping them stay on track. It prepares children for school, so their school readiness has increased, and with that, a reduced amount of services needed for special education in the early elementary school years. So those are just some of the really great outcomes. Again, very data driven, so we report back lots of information to Healthy Families America, of course all anonymous, but about every single visit that we do, we provide data for them, so they're constantly analyzing that. We have, I think, 15 sites across the state of Nebraska, and I believe 5 of us are new. I might not have those numbers exactly right. 5 of us are new, that part's for sure, and there was like 8 or 10, something like that, and those have been in the state, those older ones have been in the state for over 10 years. We are state funded through grant money, and part of that is through TANF funds, so temporary assistance to families in need, with the goal that if we invest in these families early on, we won't have to invest as much in them later, because we'll get them off on the right track. So our enrollment period is prenatal through 3 months. So we really want to get in there with the families from the get-go and help them develop healthy patterns of parenting, offer them support. If you're a parent, you know that parenting is hard work. Even with the most fabulous child, parenting is hard work. So we want to be there to help and support those families. We do not have a lot of restrictions on who we can see, like some of the other programs that are in the area. So in York, we have Early Head Start, and we have Sixpence, who also offer services, and we're working together with those organizations. The state has said that even though we have those, we still have high need. So we're working together to make sure that between the 3 of us, families that have need don't fall between the cracks. We have 2 highly trained, or in the process of being highly trained. We're all still in training and will be just continual ongoing training, which is part of the great thing about this program, is that we're continuing to learn. We have 2 parent coaches. Will be available to start seeing families next week. Both of our coaches are bilingual in English and Spanish. So, any questions?
And I'd like to add too that, you might have said this, but the families to be in the program, it's completely voluntary. And so no matter what, even if it's a referral from child welfare, it would still be voluntary. There's no, this is absolutely cannot be mandated for any family to be part of this. It's all voluntary.
And free. It's free
And
to the
free.
family.
Yes.
But you had said also that there was no qualifications.
They have to live in one of our 4 counties, and in order to enroll, the child has to be under 3 months, unless it's a child welfare referral, and then we can take those up to 2, each
Okay.
2.
We're really excited about the program. We're hoping to break generational cycles with it. And you know, we hear that how many mental health needs we have in our area, and we really think this is going to be a program. I'm just really excited about it, that maybe we can turn some things around for people in our community.
So you said there was 5 new ones
Across the state.
across the state and 10 existing.
There was either 8 or 10.
Are they
I've
most-
actually heard both numbers. So.
Have you? Are they mostly larger metropolitan?
Kind of all over.
Well, the whole panhandle is covered.
Okay.
It has been for a long time.
Yeah, yes, and Adrian Smith has actually he knows quite a bit about this, and I think has been even on the federal level working on this. But we have, there's in the Crete and down to the state line of Kansas, they have this going on down through Beatrice and stuff, and then southeast Nebraska corner. Lincoln has a program. Yeah, Omaha is a couple.
And have had
ones.
Omaha and Lincoln, I think, have both had long-time services.
So some of the more rural areas are the ones coming on, but they've had a great success out in the Panhandle, very much.
Good.
As a great success out there, so we're really excited about it.
Good.
So.
Any other questions?
So how do you get your clients? How do you notify them, or just you wait for them to hear about it and contact you, or do you go out and contact them?
Well,
We're telling you, so you can tell.
yes. We want people to know that it's here. Our medical providers we're going to do outreach to them and have been doing outreach to them to know, especially the ones that deliver babies, you know, that this is available. Working with the schools and DHHS and WIC and, you know, anywhere you might, expecting mothers might be. We're hoping to, even, you know, churches, anywhere. So, and we just want it to be something that everyone knows that it's out there if they want to make use of it.
So you've contacted all the churches and doctors already, and
Some.
Yeah.
and that's
And
part of
this
your big
will be-
job.
Yeah, and this will be an ongoing process through the duration, you know, we're hoping this program's around in 20 years. We expect it will be, but we're going to have to continually go back to all these groups on an ongoing basis to make sure that they're aware of that it's available.
Like in York, we have Sixpence that serves through York Public Schools, but in York County outside of York, we don't have as much available for services. So McCool has a real need. I've talked to the guidance counselor at McCool High School. She feels like they have a real need. I'll talk to the principal in Henderson, I know him. So there's, in York, even though we have some good services, we don't serve the whole county with all of those other services. And then both Polk and Butler County have no services at all, no visitation services. So we're working to get the word out. And we're starting with 2 home visitors. We call them parent coaches, but we expect to increase the number of parent coaches that we have over the next several years.
And people can self-refer to the program. We can have referrals from, you know, medical providers, schools. I mean, any place can refer a family, but the parents themselves can self-refer as well. So.
And the other programs, especially Early Head Start, have pretty restrictive guidelines in place about who they can serve and have to have proof of income, and verification takes a while. So for us, we don't have those things slowing us down, so we can hop in right away and start serving families.
So
And
if
then
I
we
see,
can serve families they can't.
excuse me,
Sorry.
so if I see a family that I think needs this, do I call you and you tell them?
Yeah, or they can call us. They can go to the website and email, and then we'll get a hold of them.
Well, thank you. Yeah, and so you're actually one of our earlier stops on the outreach that we're doing, because we want to start with some of our board members need to know, and but we're going to continue to work on this outreach. Yeah. Thank you.
Any other questions?
I just wanted a couple other brief updates. We had a very successful year this last year with our preventative dental program. And you might recall that our board dentist is Dr. Elizabeth Papanow from York here. But we were in schools and did quite a bit of preventative dental work in the last year. And these are already kind of old figures. This was put together last November, but we had, we do sealants on teeth for preventative, and those sealants are so important for kids to get those on their teeth, because they can protect against 80% of cavities for up to 2 years and 50% of cavities for up to 4 years. So this is something that when I was a child was not available. It is a wonderful, wonderful thing that we can do with a public health dental hygienist in schools. And so people can opt into these programs. We go to schools and parents can opt in, and so it's completely voluntary. We have a lot of children who don't have dental providers. We always try to connect them with their regular dental provider. So we see a lot of children that don't have regular dental checkups and dental providers, dentists that they see. But we also provide the fluoride varnishes and things, which are also very protective. And what was so, and we do screenings too and look for cavities. And if these children, if we're seeing problems in their mouths, they are referred, we connect them with a dentist. And one of the issues that we have in our rural areas is that we do not have a lot of dentists who take Medicaid patients, and especially with children. And a lot of them will see some Medicaid patients, but maybe a certain number. So we have a lot of unconnected children in our area that it's very hard for them to get into a dentist and be seen if they're on Medicaid. So we definitely have an access issue in our rural areas. And many times we have to refer children to Lincoln or Omaha, and they wait a long time. So if you can imagine, or Columbus or Grand Island, but if you can imagine children sitting in class with a toothache, how hard it is to learn. And we see these children with some real serious problems in their mouths, and we do everything we can to get them in to be seen then. The thing I was really excited about is we had 427 students this last year in our 4 counties receive an oral health screening, and we had 57 students that were referred to routine dental care because they had some issue in their mouth, but 11 students referred to urgent dental care. We put on 851 sealants for teeth, and 385 fluoride treatments were applied. So all in all, if you cost out what we were able to do, and the grant funding that we had was about $20,000, we were able to supply a total value at no cost to school or parents of $79,158 to children across the district. And so this is something that I'm really proud of, and I think it's really important that we are able to go out and do, especially with having this shortage of some of these dental services. It's important that we can get in there and do the preventative work. So just thank you for supporting us in getting our dentist on the board, and it's just I'm really proud of this program as well. Lastly, I wanted to just quickly overview, we're hoping to provide another household hazardous waste event in the area in York this year, so stay tuned on that. When we do those, we get thousands of pounds of paint and chemicals and all kinds of things. So, and they're always really popular in this county. We also are working with the NRD to do some environmental health, helping support people to test their private wells for problems. So that is, I'll probably try to come and give more of a report on that in the future. We're helping train people how to use Narcan for opioid prevention. So we have a lot of people out giving presentations and trainings on how do you use Narcan, how do you make sure you have it in the appropriate places. We are at senior centers giving a lot of education on fall prevention, chronic diseases, all kinds of things. And that's been exciting. We're getting giving radon tests out right now. This is radon testing season when you have your house shut up. So those kits are going to be available around, and they're up at our health department. And again, many mental health programs as well. So with that, we also have a building project that Chairman Obermeyer and Kelly have been very busy working on. So we're getting ready to procure our subcontractors, I think, very soon.
Yeah, if you want to give any update on that, that's fine. You know, this grant has been going, what was it, about a year ago that we were really going on it, the $355,000 grant, and the funds have been actually dedicated to us now, finally.
It takes a long time.
It really does, especially when at first we heard they wanted the project done by, 6 months later, and we don't even have the money, so. And it will run a lot like, the housing rehab that we're doing now, so me and Kelly and Laura, and I don't know who else was,
I
Tom
have-
was there, and
Tom Bliss and Titus is on my team. Yeah.
we were all on a webinar together last week, and I mean, it looked very familiar to us, and so we'll run it pretty much the same way, going forward, which, like you just stated, is gonna start
Soon.
soon.
We've actually, I think, been in procurement for about a year. We're making sure we're complying with all of the federal regulations and guidelines for all of the, how we do this process. And we have to do it in the correct order with all of the proper notices and partners involved. So we're getting close to actually getting the hammers and nails out.
More unfortunately, like Tom said last week too, this program is set up so it doesn't matter if it's York, Nebraska, or if it's Detroit. We have to follow these guidelines that seem very silly for us. Maybe more so appropriate for them, but that's just the Fed guidelines, because it is federal money that came down through the state and then being handed. I did make a pitch last week that they could turn over that whole $355,000 to us, and then maybe we'd make a little interest on it. We'd have a little bit more, but that really fell on deaf ears last week. It just didn't go anywhere, did it, Laura?
Nope, you tried though.
Interest right now is very lucrative. Looks good to us,
That's
so.
good.
Do you have anything else that you
No.
want to address?
I don't.
Following with Laura, if you guys want to hang out, then is discuss an act on authorizing chairman to sign all documents throughout the Four Corner construction. So there'll be things, like we see today, there's the drawdown that we have for the housing rebuild. There'll be some things like that come, and to make this move smoother for the time frame, or the timing issues, is allow chairman to sign that. And then if there are, they will be brought to the board, after, but just to kind of speed things up, I think was the idea. We thought we'd put that on here. Any other comment on that you would have? We're just trying to get done.
Just thank you for all of the help in getting this. It's one piece of funding we need to complete the project, so thank you.
So basically, the checks will be, the Four Corners will pay the heating and air, the concrete, and all that, and then we will put in a funding request after the paperwork's all filled out, and then we will pay Four Corners back. We're hopefully gonna be able to do this in the minimum amount that we can without making them use their line of credit, which is just gonna cost them interest then too. So, we won't see them like we see today, the 35,000. We probably won't see them in that small increments. Hopefully they'll be in larger chunks, so that we can just get just a handful. We were thinking maybe 3, maybe 4.
We're hoping that the project moves along at a pretty good clip, so that, we should be able to just keep, this will happen fairly quickly with just a few payments.
And there was a time, what was the time, it wasn't end of this year, was it? There was a time?
We have 3 different funding sources, and I believe that one of our funding sources has to be used by the end of this year, but it's not the CDBG funds.
Right.
It's a different one, but they're also interconnected, that we need to be able to, get this rolling and get it done.
And this one was earmarked for HVAC,
Yeah, heating, the furnaces and.
entryway,
Yes.
ADA, and
And the
bathrooms.
restroom, yeah, it's accessibility.
Okay, so I would entertain that motion if the board so chooses to allow that to happen.
I think it's a good idea. Make a motion to authorize chairman to sign all documents throughout the Four Corner construction project with the CBDG grant.
Thank you, Daniel.
Second.
Thank you, Jack. Any other discussion? Roll call, please.
Rhodes,
Yes.
Sykes?
Yes.
Bear?
Yes.
And Owen.
Yes,
Thank you.
thanks for coming out in the
Thank you.
weather today.
Thank you for answering my text this morning.
We've been up for a while already, so we're fine. Okay, next up, discuss an act of moving any interest previously posted to the ARPA fund to our general 100 fund. This actually originated, a question from the Polk County Treasurer had asked, Jeff Schreier, at the state office. And he said that no, you should do it. So any accumulated interest, which was in the about 160,000, somewhere in there. Any accumulated interest would take board approval to move it, but then she'll just move it from now on a monthly basis, and then we don't have to worry about it. But, so this would be to move the interest that is already accrued in the ARPA fund to the general fund. And we need just a regular motion on this, right? Okay, so,
I move the interest from the ARPA fund to the general fund.
Second?
thank you, gentlemen. Any other discussion? Roll call, please.
Bear?
Yes.
Rhodes?
Yes.
Sykes?
Yes.
And Stonemeyer.
Yes. Okay, next up, discuss an act on Housing Authority Grant number 10 for $35,471.95.
And this is a request, we're requesting the funds from the state?
We already have the funds.
Okay.
We received the funds.
Okay.
So as soon as we have to sign this form here.
Yep.
And then we send this back to Send, and then Send lets the state know. They send the money to the treasurer's office, and then we can okay this.
I see. Okay, very good.
It's a fun process.
You betcha. So we need a motion to approve it, or is that
Yes,
motion to approve housing grant number 10?
thank you.
Second?
Thank you. Any other discussion? Roll call, please.
Rhodes?
Yes.
Sykes?
Yes.
Bear?
Yes.
Yes, and we should be nearing the end of
Right.
that piece. I'm guessing construction season's been slowed down, but we should be getting to the end of it. Discuss an act on sublease agreement with York County Mutual Aid and Verizon. Good morning again.
Good morning, William Bill Lumby, 403 Cedar Trail, York, Nebraska, and representing the York County Mutual Aid. First off, I want to thank the board and especially the Waco Rural Fire District for working with us over the last 2 or 3 months trying to get all this accomplished. The lease between the county and Waco Rural Fire District has been completed and signed by everyone, so that's in place. We're working with Waco Rural Fire District on taking over insurance on July 1 because the current insurance expires, from what I understand, on June 30th. So we're in process with that. The final current problem or the final issue we're working with is Verizon would like to temporarily lease space on the McCool Tower. I have submitted the agreement to the county attorney and I haven't heard any negative anything about it. I will tell you that Verizon did due diligence and did a complete structural analysis of the tower to ensure that what they put on the tower would not cause any damage or imperil the tower in any way or such. And so I've reviewed that. It's signed off by a professional engineer and rating for wind and ice and all the other magic that goes along with protecting a tower. So I would like to ask the board to approve the sublease with Verizon and the York County Mutual Aid District for tower attachment at the McCool Tower. I understand that this is probably going to be only a 6-month lease, but as we all know, 6 months can turn into 2 years or whatever might happen. And so there's no end date on the lease itself. It just automatically extends itself. And so if something would change on that, I'd come before the board, as I would come before the board on any other subleasing that might occur on the McCool Tower.
Gary, did,
Our office has looked at the documents and they're good.
looks good? Okay, thank you, Gary.
They're
Any questions? If,
I have just one.
okay,
Do we need to file that lease like we did with the, so there'll be a filing fee also associated with that?
How many pages is it, do you know?
You don't do front and back, so.
We can do front and back, but it's still
I
the
think
same
it's-
amount of money,
You
so.
know,
Yeah.
I think it's around 3 pages,
Okay.
so I don't have it
So
in
it's
front of me.
$10 the first page and $6 however many pages
Okay,
afterwards.
and so, what if, the county attorney has it, if he doesn't have it still, I can email the lease agreement.
We would need the original, so I'll see what you have.
Okay, and they've emailed me the original, and so I can print it out, and if I have to go back to Verizon for that, they need my signature before they put their signature on it. And so what I'll do is send it to them, they'll sign it, return it, and then I'll file it with you if that's acceptable with everybody.
sure,
If it's approved by the board.
sure. Any
Uh,
questions?
Yeah.
I'd just like to, when we get to that, just when you get a copy, just send it. So everybody, yeah, just looks at it, fine. Any questions of Gary or? Okay, and entertain a motion.
So moved.
Thank you, Jack.
Second.
Thank you, Daniel. Any other discussion? Roll call, please.
Sykes,
Yes.
Brooks,
Yes.
Bear,
Yes.
and Plummer.
Yes.
Here's your copies of the one you filed last time.
Oh, okay, thank you. One other thing is as we assume responsibility for the tower, I'm going to need the billing information for the electrical service so that I can transfer that into the mutual aid's name as part of our responsibility. And then, does the board know, do they have a gentleman's agreement with the farmer that hays the area around the tower? Does anybody know if there's any? There is just a nice guy and he does it for the hay. I'm just curious if anybody knew, because when I talked to Josh, he wasn't certain either, because this was under the previous administration when the tower was built. So,
Does it look like it's
hay, yes.
It looks like
Yeah,
it's
they
hay.
hay they hay the whole property, and so I'm guessing he does that just as a convenience to the county.
I'm guessing that we could probably check with one of the local ag producers down there and somebody would probably know.
Right.
There's whoever owns the ground just to the north of the tower site, Hayes, he's got a big alfalfa field there. And so I'm guessing when he's doing that, he just hays the 4.5 acres around the tower site.
Okay,
Gentlemen, thank you very much.
okay. Okay, we're down to committee reports and we have to do our quarterly jail visit also, so why don't we go, and then, of course, we have board equalization. Why don't we take care of the committee reports quick? I mean, I don't know if anybody has a whole lot to talk about.
Just the joint communications on the 5th, that's all I have, that's
911, Jack and myself sat in on a 911 meeting, and Kelly and myself did the webinar for Four Corners. Obviously snow, and, you know, stuff like that. Things are changing. I know that we have, throughout this week yet, we have applications.
Yeah.
And I think we're still waiting
Sure.
for a application. So I don't know what the process will be. I suppose if none come in, that will be extended. You know, and I think at the statute, there's some wordage in there, if we can show due cause, that we couldn't do it in 45 days, so.
Right.
We'll have to look at that coming in too. Stan, did you have anything to add to?
So when's it, well, it's supposed to be here, what day?
Friday.
Friday, no, you don't have any.
I haven't received anything yet.
Okay. And then Monday was gonna be the,
Tuesday.
Tuesday was gonna be at 5:01, will be no, I don't have anything to add.
We're a scary bunch. Nobody wants to join us apparently.
Well, last time we had 5 or whatever, or something like that.
Yes, we did. Yes, we did.
But the weather and holidays, I don't know if that has a factor or not. Probably not.
Any other committee report from anybody, anything, something like that? Let's go ahead and break from Board of Commissioners and convene as the Board of Equalization. And then we'll go through that first before we do the jail visit. So roll call for the Board of Equalization.
Rhodes,
Present.
Bear,
Here.
Sykes,
Present.
and Overmeyer.
Here, open meetings law is posted on the south side of our chambers, is in the hallway outside of our chambers, also on our website. Proof of publication was January 4th in the News Times as well as on our website. Next up, we need to review and approve the minutes of our December 26th Board of Equalization.
Move to approve.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any other discussion? Roll call, please.
Rhodes,
Yes.
Sykes.
Yes.
Bear.
Here.
and
Yes.
Overmeyer.
Yes. And we also need to adopt today's agenda.
Move to adopt the agenda for the Board of Equalization.
Thank you.
Second.
Thank you. Any other discussion? Roll call, please.
Bear,
Yes.
Sykes,
Yes.
Rhodes,
Yes.
and Overmeyer.
Yes. Okay, we have two vehicle exemptions, it looks like, or two entities. First one is York University, DBA as York College, and it is for a 2012 GMC Terrain. Megan, County Treasurer, has marked it for approval. You all had that.
Treasurer's approved it.
Yeah,
Make a motion that we approve it.
thank you.
Second.
Thank you. Any other discussion? Roll call, please.
Sykes,
Yes.
Bear,
Yes.
Rhodes,
Yep.
and Overmeyer.
Yes, next up is Grace Mission Incorporated, and these are for two vehicles, a Toyota 2010 wagon and a Chevrolet 2004 van. And once again, Megan has marked it for approval.
Move to adopt or whatever.
Okay,
Second.
thank you. Any other discussion? Roll call, please.
Bear,
Yes. Yes.
Sykes, Rhodes,
Yes.
Yes. Okay, we will adjourn as the Board of Equalization, as that is everything. And we will jump back up to the Board of Commissioners. We have the jail visit to go, and then we'll be done for the day. Yay. Does Jordan, are you taking us, or does Jordan know we're
I
coming?
can walk you through.
Is
If he's
Jordan,
not back- If he's not back there, but he'll,
Okay.
I can.
hopefully he is, so we can
Absolutely.
meet.